Good afternoon. This message is just to the FBI. My name is Floyd Ellis Sr., and I stay at 3411 Fernley in Youngstown, Ohio. My telephone number is 330-423-8838. I am the one that all the commotion has been about as far as people in this area and surrounding counties around this area being jealous, as far as being jealous about someone being good with numbers. That individual is me. I have filed complaints at the Civil Rights Commission. I have been filing complaints at the Civil Rights Commission about this issue since 2007, in which the respondents that responded back, the Ohio Lottery Commission, Tissel, the Down Racetrack, Northfield, in which they gave false answers back, saying that they did not know who I am. I'm a very well-known numerologist. That individual that you're hearing them talking about over all the networks and on the public, on the sport broadcasting networks, that individual is me. Now, they pretty much made this out. When I say they, I'm talking about the individuals that got some sort of access to these numbers. They made it out to be what they wanted it to be. And I kept telling them that this was for my own personal information and that I didn't want them impeding upon me. Now, what happened was, when I began to file all these cases, they began to say that they did not know who I was. They began to tell the Civil Rights Commission, they told the Federal Trade Commission, they told them that they did not know who I was, and they falsified information. After each and every case, people began to try to get up on me, to tell me that I had to play the number or either I had to drop some information off so they could win. But I told them that this was for my own personal information. Now, they have some sort of access to what I am betting. And what I mean is that I don't know how they're doing it, but when I go to a lottery machine, they have some sort of way of impeding on what I have been betting. And I have told them that I did not want this position and that this information was my own personal information. Whoever did this went to the citizens, and they began to give them access because it's hard for them to figure out. And the end result of that was that citizens began to win and they began to hit. Now, when they gave those false answers, and after they gave those false answers and they began to come back and be telling me that I had to do it, I had to figure out a way to let people know that it definitely is me that they were impeding upon. So I resorted to Facebook and I resorted to Twitter. When I resorted to Facebook and Twitter, people began to tell me that it was a good idea and to keep on doing it. But my point from start was that I did not want them impeding upon me because before I was winning. And I had to let them see that it was me that they were following. I am Floyd Ellis Sr. on Facebook, and I am Slave Fighter on Twitter. And I told them that this was my own personal information and that I did not want them impeding upon me. And they when I say they, citizens, they began to more or less put it down to me like I had to do this. And which is involuntary servitude, and I've heard the only time that someone can make you serve involuntary servitude is if it's punishment for a crime. I'm not a convict. Well, this is larceny because it's my own personal information. They falsified statements about me, and they made a bunch of money, and it is larceny. So I'm asking you to make them stop. This is my own personal information. Them come over public broadcasting networks talking about me like that without saying my name is a violation within itself. And I am getting very tired of it. Because like I said, I did not initiate this. They initiated this because they impeded upon me and they realized that I had this system. And all they want for me to do is to do it so they could win. And so I cannot. Simple as that. It's nothing. They are stalking. They're doing all types of things. I have filed a civil protection order. I filed a civil protection order down at the Youngstown Mahoney Courthouse in 2003. and still they still persist to do the same thing. This is from a retaliatory, a discrimination case that I won a long time ago. They retaliated, and they retaliated in a way where they managed to get access to what I was betting. Um, and it's about the relatives of one of the individuals that I sued retaliating on me. This one individual was related to people that own racetracks, and from there it went to the lotteries. That's crazy. I clearly won this case. And they were not supposed to be retaliating, but they still is retaliating. So I'm asking you to stop them from doing this. I mean, it's no secret as to who I am. They have caused me a lot of problems. I'm not this troublemaking individual that they portrayed me to be. It was giving false statements out there that I was a homosexual. That's not true. I'm a father of 8 children. I have a daughter that I'm trying to support, and there are people that are intentionally blocking me, knowing what they're doing, knowing what they're causing. This is the worst kind of stalking and retaliatory discrimination that I have ever seen. And not only that, it is larceny. It's a violation of the fictional character law. It's stalking. You name it, embezzling money, all of that wrapped up into one, and I'm asking you to make it stop. So I'm talking to you now, and I'm letting you know that I am not playing, and that there are some people that have simply been portraying this as a joke, and it is not a joke. I hope to be talking to you soon.